Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. It is time for some gatekeeping. Why do I like going through memes that are just gonna frustrate me? Well anyways, you know the drill. Before we get started, go get hydrated. There's no sense in being dehydrated and frustrated, okay? So go grab some water or some tea or whatever else you like to drink. And then we'll get started with some memes. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go. Me, when my kids who don't do that chores talk about Christmas break. Ah yes, must be nice to get a rest from all your rest. Okay, I realize that kids not doing chores can be annoying or frustrating. But you know that kids are still developing and that going to school isn't exactly resting and is plenty challenging for literally most kids. What are you talking about? My god. Grandpa was not impressed. After 24 hours of hard labor, she's here, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Want to know what was hard? World War II. It's probably a fake text, but literally I can imagine someone's grandpa being out there like this. Literally. No one's saying war was easy. Because anyone who says that, literally, what the hell, I've never heard anyone say that. But comparing it to giving birth, or being like, okay, just because I went through a war and that was hard, you're not allowed to call anything else hard, is absolutely ridiculous. What are you doing? How do to have an iPhone kiss that girl? Okay. Alright. Honestly, I would be just impressed if, because like especially if you have like a really big dude, if you have like a 2-meter tall dude who has an iPhone and his girlfriend just like casually manages to pick him up like this, I would just be impressed more than anything. And that's all I'm gonna take from this meme because it's ridiculous. Okay, if you're not 6'2" or 200 plus pounds, you're not a real man. Sorry. Waluigi, height 6'3", weight 236 pounds. Well, are you gonna argue that Waluigi isn't a real man? Like, was anyone gonna argue that? Regardless of this absolutely pointless description of what a man should be, according to this one person. But anyways, Waluigi, if you want to date this person, you can, since you're apparently a real man. Placed you recompense even harder. Okay, if you listen to video game soundtrack, unironically, you have a total of 0 friends. Question, why did you feel the need to put the 0 in brackets there as well after writing out the word 0? Why? But anyways, isn't video game soundtrack supposed to be very stimulating for your brain so that it's gonna help you study? But even if you like listening to it because it sounds cool to you and you just like listening to it, like on a random Tuesday, you're just there chilling and you're just gonna listen to it no matter if you need to concentrate or not, who gives a shit? Why do you care? Literally. Like, if I found out someone's listening to video game soundtrack, I'm automatically gonna end the friendship so they have 0 friends. Is that what you want from me? Because I'm not gonna do it. Y'all respect men who are raised by single moms? I don't. A man raised by a woman will have women tendencies, so it's a no for me. Women tendencies? Women tendencies. Okay. Sure. I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you just saying they're not, like, that toxically masculine? Because I feel like a lot of times kids either get that from their peers or from their fathers or like misogynist uncles. So is that what you mean by they have women tendencies? It's just that they're not like absolute dickheads and misogynists. Not saying you can't be if you were raised by a single mom, obviously, because unfortunately a lot of people will still manage to, but I'm confused. I'm moving on. Plant identification and discussion. Elderly man spent 10 years turning, 150 feet long hedge into a giant dragon. 10 years? That is dedication, though. My god. What a waste of time. Go volunteer at a shelter. Okay, you realize that you know nothing about how this man spends his time, right? Because 10 years is a long time. He's not going to be standing there the entire 10 years just watching the hedge, waiting for it to grow so he can, like, cut it so it's shaped like a dragon. You realize that he maybe spends, like, even if he spends, like, half an hour of his day on, like, trimming certain parts of this hedge, or kind of fertilizing it so it grows better, I don't freaking know. Even if he spends, like, an hour on this every day, you realize that he still has plenty of time for any other activity, and you don't know what it is. But you're just gonna be here and tell him to go volunteer at a shelter because he did something cool with a hedge. Sure. Okay. Can I just say you go volunteer at a shelter instead of bitching at other people on social media? That'd be it. That'd be an idea, you know? Can you complain about where you live, Europe edition? What? Okay, sure. Some countries are off way worse than others. Especially, like, also in Europe. Like, no one's gonna argue against that specifically. But you are aware that probably any country out there is gonna have things that are worth complaining about, right? And that you can complain where you live, and that you can complain about things in the country where you live. What are you doing? Just because someone else has it worse, like statistically, whatever, if you go by life satisfaction or like safety or whatever, just because you will always find a country where the people have it worse, doesn't necessarily mean you don't get to complain. Sure, you should also like put it in perspective and be grateful about the things that are good in your country, but you can still complain, you know? Ah yes, what your tattoo says about you. This is gonna be good. The all over your face tattoo. Boy oh boy, do I need a lot of attention. Like 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. If you ask me, I blame my parents. Ah yes, the barbed wire arm tattoo. I have no imagination. Okay, sure, yeah. The lower back tattoo. A lot of dudes have seen the rest of this tattoo. So, are you just jealous that you don't get to hook up with a lot of dudes? Is that what it is? Because listen, if you want to do that, you can put yourself out there and get it, you know? Like, it's fine, you know? But listen, why do you care? I'm not saying no one has ever gotten a tattoo for attention. But listen, who gives a shit? If you want to get a tattoo, literally, it's your body. Go to where you want. I would say, like, think about it beforehand, obviously, for longer than, like, 5 minutes of if you really want it, right? You don't just think, oh, wait, this might be cool, and go into a tattoo shop and get it. But listen, even if you want to do that, it's still your body and your life. Go do whatever you want. Why do you care so much what other people, like, do with their lives or their bodies, or what? How do you care so much? My god. Did you know that human hair and nails are made from the same kind of stuff? Yeah, I love science. I'm not sure you really understand love or science. When you love something, you don't just love the exciting and fun parts. You love the boring parts just as much. People who truly love science spend their lives studying the tedious little bits as well as the big flashy facts. You don't love science. You're looking at its butt when it walks by. Okay, as much as I like this comparison, it's kind of funny, but I mean, love means different things to different people, and if you say you love science, you don't have to spend your entire life studying science and trying to find, or like spending your time with the tedious details, trying to find something new. Again, why do you care? Why do you care? People think that this is the life, but actually this is the life. It's almost as if different people have different ideas of what their ideal life or the life for them is. Wow, that's so confusing. How can different people be different? That doesn't make sense. Warning, no airbags. We die like real men. Go off then. Go off, who cares? But listen, the rest of these stickers don't really make sense. I mean, the don't panic, the okay panic, that's kind of funny. Literally, it's kind of cute. Would I get it on my car? Absolutely not, but it's still kind of funny. But warning, don't follow me, you won't make it. And if you think this is slow, wait until we go uphill. Doesn't really make sense. Do you drive so risky and fast that someone's not going to make it if they follow you? Or do you drive so slow that other people constantly get annoyed by you? How are you going to have it both ways? Anyways. Yes. I think we've had something like this before. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if you did, but y'all only date a man that shaves? That is not a man. I heard you shaved your beard, so I got these for you. Women's one-a-day vitamins. It's raining, it's pouring, but dating a bearded guy is never boring. Beards always make women hot and ready. Key to a woman's heart, beard. That's sweet soul patch. Does it come in men's sizes? Directions. Apply to face, shave beard. 3. No longer a man. Your girlfriend touched my beard. She wanted to see what a man felt like. My dad never taught me to shave. Said he didn't need 2 daughters. It's Man Crush Monday, so if he's not bearded, he's not a man. I see you just shaved. You see your girl just put her status to single. I'm not even surprised men are out here making their beards their entire personality. Because we've seen it before. But, my god. How... Like, why are you that obsessed with what other men do with their faces? Literally. Yes, mildly infuriating. Post I made on Facebook. This has bothered me for a while. Little rant. So, what do trans and all the other labels that have been put in the category with LGBT have to do with LGBT? Literally, the T is part of the LGBT. What are you talking about? But okay. We never second-guessed our gender, nor cared, nor changed it, or our genitals, and like being who we are, male or female. This generation has me so annoyed. Sorry, not sorry. I love everyone, but this irks me. It will make people see you as something you aren't. Example being, oh, she's a lesbian. She must want to have a penis or be called it or they. No, call me good old-fashioned for being a female lesbian. LGBT. The T has literally always been there. And if you say you're a lesbian, no one's gonna think you want a penis or want to transition, because sexuality and gender are different. And even if you want to complain about new labels, what the hell? This community exists because cishet people are gonna be out here discriminating against us because we're different, because we have a different sexuality and a different gender identity from them, and they hate it. That's why this community exists. So you can't actually sit here and complain about new labels being added, either, because that's literally not the point of this community, to be like, okay, we're different than the cishets, but we're also going to discriminate you because you're too different. What are you doing? My god. Gatekeeping families. Built, not bought. Okay. The level of frustration I'm already feeling right now. Again, why do you care? I'm glad people adopt, because there are so many kids out there who don't have a family, so you're just gonna pretend like just because someone's adopted, or bought as you put it, they're suddenly not a real family, as if these kids weren't wanted in those families just as much, if probably not more, than someone who just gave birth to their kids. Because guess what? Getting pregnant and getting kids on accident is a thing. Accidentally adopting someone isn't really a thing. So what's your point? Can we stop gatekeeping? Well, actually, can we stop gatekeeping, period? Literally, it's frustrating. My god. Okay, I may sound selfish, but let this man remain underrated. I don't want his songs to go mainstream, otherwise those cringy bloggers and social media influencers gotta ruin these masterpieces by overusing it. I'm kind of sad that the actual artist wasn't included, because otherwise I would want to put him out there just so this person will be upset. Why do you care? Why do you care? Are you gonna be here and be like, I'm different because I don't listen to mainstream music, I listen to special music? Literally, who gives a shit? Go listen to the music you enjoy, no matter how many other people are listening to it. Shouldn't you want the artist you're into to be recognized and supported by many people? A, so that they literally just can keep on making money and doing what they do. Because that way you get new music by an artist you find enjoyable. And secondly, why? Oh my god. This is not even the worst one, but I'm already frustrated, so I'm gonna rant. Okay, I'm moving on before I get too angry about things that aren't that deep, but still. My god. People be like, I love winter from their living room, under a heated blanket, with some cozy socks on and sipping hot tea. No, go outside and like it. Let's see. You do realize that some people love winter just because they can get like comfy with like cozy socks and hot tea and a blanket on the sofa. That's still enjoying winter. Because there's something just very cozy about like being inside, being cuddled up with a blanket. Maybe if it's even like snowing outside or having like a fire burning or something, you're aware that that's part of why a lot of people love winter. Again, I'm ranting about something that isn't that deep, but listen, you complained about it in the first place. Why? Why do you care? If someone likes to go snowboarding or spending time outside in the snow, that's also loving winter, sure, but like, what are you doing? Okay, your childhood wasn't complete if you didn't almost drown. Well, probably also wasn't complete if you did drown. That is fair. This one I'm not even mad at, it's just ridiculous. Like, is it actually that common? Because did I almost drown as a kid because some other kid was like holding on to me and accidentally pushing me under the water in swim class? Yes. Was I actually close to drowning? Probably not. I don't know, but is that a common thing? The need to feel included is a mental illness. Try going to therapy instead of shoehorning your stupid and nonsensical views into software. Humans are extremely social beings. Claiming that the need to feel included is a mental illness is directly contradicted by science. Here's a summary from Mayo Clinic. Feel free to do additional research. I don't need to do any research. Anyone that needs to feel included is insecure, full stop. If people would get over themselves and learn not only to be okay but thrive in solitude, the world would be a better place. LMAO, I'm happy for you and your anecdotal experience. Therapists literally coach people into helping them feel okay in solitude because it's got them insecurity. Try it sometime and maybe you'll actually be a functioning adult one day. Okay, listen, I am very much for people being okay and like being like okay and being able to thrive on their own. But listen, that doesn't mean we don't need other people, right? We all need other people. I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna be here and shame people who say they don't. Because some people literally just don't. Some people are really just okay not having anyone in their life. And if that's you, cool. But guess what? Most people do actually need other people, whether that's like a friend or a partner or whatever, but we all need someone in our life. So, why are you this obsessed with, okay, just because I really don't need one, because honestly, good for you. That's not really, I'm confused, mate. Okay, you can't say you're from Cleveland if you go under 40 miles per hour around Deadman's Curve. Yeah, I'm going under 40. I always wonder why people still get in wrecks there, but now I know why. Just stay out of my lane and we won't have a problem. Yeah, but that's kind of the thing. People don't stay in the lanes when going too fast around certain corners. Which is why crashes keep happening in this corner. And this doesn't even make sense. Like, you can... If you were born in a certain place, you're from that place, no matter how fast you drive or how slow you drive. What are you doing? Yes. Gatekeeping a character who's been around since 1938. Also, what's wrong with Sharon? Women in their 30s trying to relate to Wednesday Addams. You're Sharon Osbourne. You realize you can relate to characters no matter from when they are or how old the character is, because there are always going to be certain traits in characters that you can relate to. Like, can you fully relate to a teenage girl as an adult? Maybe, because you were once a teenager. But even if it was like reversed, even if you're a teenager, can you still relate to like an adult character? Sure, because there's still going to be aspects probably that you see reflected in the character that you yourself also have. What I'm saying is, why do you give a shit who people relate to? My god. Yes. Gatekeeping Understanding the Joker movie. Excellent movie if you have the intellectual capacity to understand it. True that. Exactly. That's exactly it. Anyone who's saying it's horrible doesn't understand the message it sends. Yeah, it's deep. Damn right. Listen, I don't even have anything against the Joker movie, but I've just seen how old is this movie? And ever since, the debate has been going on of people being like, yeah, I just don't like it, and those who do like it are just like, yeah, you just don't understand it properly. Listen, it's just a movie. If you see a deep meaning in it, that's okay. If you enjoy the movie, cool. But this whole, if you don't understand it, or if you don't like it, you must be stupid, is incredibly dumb in and of itself. Artists in the past: painter, sculptor, potter, actor. Artists now: performance artist, meme artist, sound artist, installation artist, political artist, digital artist, blue chip artist, conceptual artist. I love the boom humor of, yes, in my days, everything was better. How old do you think this person is? Is it actually a boomer? Or is it someone like very young, like a teenager who's just like, yes, everything was better and I should have been born like 2 centuries ago? Either way, I don't even know, man. Thank you, P. Very cool. Hail P, please stop replying to your own posts. I've seen by karma farming by most experienced Redditors, and we definitely won't hesitate to downvote your comments. Don't you think the karma points you've gained from the post itself are enough? There's no need to extend your metaphorical limb down the karma jar and pick up as much karma points as you can by clogging up the whole comment section with your replies. I'll give you 10 minutes to delete the comments. When I come back, I will downvote them if they have not been removed. Edits. Guys, you are downvoting the wrong person. Nerd. Okay. Commenting on your own post because you're replying to other commenters is apparently now karma fishing or karma hunting, karma farming, whatever you want to call it. What the hell, dudes? Having a conversation with other people in the comments because you posted about something and you're talking about it with them is normal. Like, if you make a post and someone comments and you're just like, okay, maybe they have a different viewpoint and you're just kind of discussing that, or maybe they agree with you and you're just kind of like going into more details about it. Who gives a shit? It's what? I would have downvoted this comment as well. I would literally have downvoted this comment because this is just a dickhead move. Literally, like most Redditors, do they even care about their karma points? Because I never did. I don't know. Do people actually care? I mean, a lot of people apparently do, but most people on Reddit probably don't. My god. Okay, there is no reason for anyone over the age of 21 to be having a conversation with anyone under the age of 18. For the last time, son, I won't talk to you. Okay, I am sorry, students, but this is the last time I'm gonna say it. Stop trying to talk to me. I'm afraid I can't hire you. I cannot speak to you. I would tell that kid to get off my lawn, but society isn't ready yet. My newborn baby just said its first word, but I'm not trying to hear that. Hello? 911s? My parents, help. My parents are in a burning building. I don't know, kid. You just sound a little young and I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with this. Hangs up. Okay, if you were trying to say that people over 21 shouldn't be dating someone under 18. Agreed. No one would be coming for that because that's just weird. But having a conversation with someone who's under 18, where's the issue? Like, even if it's not like situations like these where it's like literally a job as a parent or as a teacher or like an emergency call responder, you can still talk to people who are a different age than you. Like, what? Okay, if anybody likes any of my children's names and find out they're expecting, please don't steal any of their names. Just text me and I'll name them for you. Nobody knows the anxiety I suffered during the times of finding these names. Get your own. I mean, gatekeeping names, fun. If they're like very unique names that you spend a long time searching for, like the perfect name, I can sort of understand where you're coming from, but it's still bullshit. Because they're literally just names. If someone comes across a name wherever and they're just like, hey, I really like this name, I really want my kid to have this name, why do you care? It's their kid. My god. My wife claims to love coffee, but she mixes it with all of these each morning. I believe she's more into dairy alternatives. Honestly, I've seen so many posts, and I think I only saved this one about... No, actually, I probably have more, don't I? I don't know, but like people be like, I drink black coffee, so I'm better than you. Again, why do you care so much how other people take their coffee? If you enjoy your coffee black, go drink it black, but why do you care how other people drink their coffee? Why? Alright, we have another one of these. I wish people made better coffee. Seriously, coffee is the drink of enlightenment. It deserves to be made properly, not these sugary, over-creamed letdowns. Baristas that went to trade school to learn or who learned from masters are heroes. Okay then. I mean, I love coffee, and I like drinking black coffee. I really do. But do I give a shit how other people take their coffee? No, because they have to drink it. They should drink it the way they like it. What's so difficult? Salty anime watchers, you guys always act like you're better than me. Manga readers, that's because we are. Again, you like a different form of entertainment than I do, so I'm better. Makes absolutely no sense. What are you guys doing? Okay, if you're over 15 and like cartoons, you're a loser. Anime, Dragon Ball Z, etc. No excuse. Plus, any woman loses respect for you. Grow up. These hands are rated E for everyone. Again, you're not allowed to watch like anime or cartoons, even if they bring you joy or it helps relax you, because that's childish and no woman is gonna like you, as if there aren't gonna be plenty of women out there who also watch these kinds of things. Or maybe even if they don't, they just don't give a shit because they know it makes you happy, so why would they care? What are you talking about? Not everyone is like you, you know? Okay, women have one child and slap mother in their Twitter bio. This one just confuses me, because that's literally how being a parent works. If you're a woman and you have a kid, you're a mother. That's it. If you have several kids, you're still a mother, obviously, but you don't become a mother only if you had like 2 or 3 children. If you have a child, you're a parent. What's not to get? Yes, updated red flags. This is gonna be fun. Uses Snapchat often. Under 5'9", high-pitched voice, is a gamer, mustache only it's giving Adolf Hitler, makes music, simp, poor, has Reddit, picky eater, publicly vocalizes his insecurities, makes TikToks, shit music tastes, sits on his ass all day and does nothing, does drugs, watches porn, stupid, grew up with a mom that works, what, really? Weak, doesn't have a provider mindset, 50-50 guy, idolizes or is a fan of any person, I don't care, consumes too much social media, expects quick replies 24/7, I'm not your wife, where's Balenciaga? Can I just say this entire post is a red flag? Because, listen, if you have a type and you don't like it if your boyfriend or whatever does any of this, cool. But you can't really call these red flags. They're just things you don't like. It's not really a red flag. what are you doing? This is a woman and this is a girl. Knowing the difference could save your life. Well, the girl on the right has a sword, so you might not be entirely wrong. But still, different people live their lives differently, so one is automatically a woman and one is a girl, because that makes sense. Grown man doing photo dumps is crazy. Post one pic a year like a real man. I'm really hoping this was just a joke. It's kind of funny because a lot of men do be like that. I have not posted on my Instagram in years. Literally, I posted one picture when I made the account, and that's it. I'm sorry, but this one's just kind of funny. Girls just aren't meant to be funny, so stop trying. Excuse me, why does gender decide whether or not someone is allowed to be funny? You're not funny either. It does though. Humor is mostly a male thing, because humor is a cause of testosterone. Do your research before speaking. Edit, I'm a female. Yeah, I don't think testosterone has anything to do with humor. That's ridiculous, and it's the first time I'm hearing of this. I'm pretty sure if this was the case, science would have proven that by now. You know? Real men do not drink alcohol. It makes you fat, stupid, and easier to kill. Your vision, coordination, reaction speed, sex hormone levels are all negatively affected by alcohol. Choose to be superior, stop drinking alcohol. That's a lot of words for I'm insecure about my masculinity. Listen, if you don't want to drink alcohol, for whatever reason, if you just don't like it, if these are the reasons, if you just react poorly to it, who gives a shit what your reasons are? If you don't like drinking it, don't drink it. That's fine. But again, trying to tell other people to stop drinking it for your reasons is kind of ridiculous. Like, if it's about alcohol, if it's about literally anything, if you don't want to do something, for whatever reason, fine, literally your life, your choice. But that doesn't mean you get around telling other people constantly that they shouldn't do certain things, because why do you care? You live your life, they live their life. Them drinking alcohol isn't going to affect you. If you're against drinking and driving, absolutely understandable, because at that point, it does affect you, or it could affect you, or it literally endangers other people. That's cool. But literally, apart from that, why do you care? Okay, I'm gonna end it here, because I think we're all plenty frustrated. I'm kind of hoping you're not. I'm kind of hoping you're just watching because you like hearing me rant. But still, I am plenty frustrated, so I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna go to the gym to use up this pent-up frustration energy in a productive way, because that's what I like to do, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to go to the gym because you should. Listen, again, it's your life, do whatever you want. The only thing I am ever gonna tell you to do is stay hydrated, because that's just kind of from a point of caring and wanting you to not die. You know, I think that's fair. So go drink your water or your tea if you haven't. And yeah, I will see you in 3 days. Yeah, I'll be back in 3 days with a video that's gonna be probably just as frustrating. We're gonna make a little story time. You know, I'm gonna read you some stories, but we might regret it because it's not gonna be fun stories. But anyways, stay tuned, you'll find out in 3 days.